welcome to the channel. It's the Clairvon Pit Chef, and we are making some bread today, aren't we, Mason? We are going to be making this. Okay, so this is probably one of my favourite recipes, this white bread. It's a white loaf, you can make rolls out of it and stuff like that. So this is something that it took me a long time, probably a couple of years to get this right, because listen, you can throw flour, salt, you know, your yeast and stuff like that. You know, and I know these two don't mix. Yeast and salt, you got to keep them apart, all right? So if you're putting one bit of salt over here, the yeast over here, never mix them together because it will kill the yeast, all right? It took me a long time because I think sometimes when you're trying to do the right flours and make the bread, it comes out, it's heavy, you know, it's not right and stuff like that. So it does take a little time, a little bit of practice, but it's all fun, it's all good, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to do 500 grams of strong white flour. 500 grams. You'll be surprised how easy it is to make your own bread, and it's nice as well. It's just so lovely. 500 grams, right? Then we're going to use 7 grams of salt. 7 grams of salt. Right, it's only a 500 gram loaf, remember. 7 grams of salt. 7 grams of salt. We're going to use 14 grams of yeast. We're going to put this, see, I put the salt this side, put the yeast the other side. 14 grams of yeast. Just quickly set that. 14 grams of yeast. $14 grams of yeast, right? Now, little trick, right, I like to do, okay, let me quickly get it. Sugar, don't have to put it in there, it's optional. I like to put it in there. I like 10 grams of sugar. As you notice, I'm putting them all in different corners, right? So it don't really matter with sugar, ain't gonna hurt anything. I'll just do it naturally. So that's 10 grams of sugar, okay? So now we've got 500 grams of flour, 14 grams of yeast, 7 grams of salt, 10 grams of sugar, and listen, it's a little trick. These are little tricks that I've learned over the years, right? Get yourself a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, right? Pour it in. You probably want 2 teaspoons, something like that. That will give the bread that chewiness. So you're going to have that lightness, the air, and that chewiness. You know when you get that, like, you know, like when you get fresh bread, it's got really nice chewy to it. So that, what I find, add a bit of extra virgin olive oil in it, done. So now we've got, let's go through the recipe. 500 grams of strong white flour, 14 grams of yeast, 7 grams of salt, 10 grams of sugar, and about 2-3 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 or 3, you know, something around about that sort of mark, yeah? Now, what we want to do is get some water. Now, warm water, we activate the yeast quicker. Cold water will make it a bit more slower. It don't bloody matter, to be honest with you. People do what they want because you're going to leave it to prove for 2-3 hours anyway, or an hour or whatever. So let's get some water, get back to you in a sec. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I think I've got about 600 mils of water. Now listen, every flour is different, all right? Some flours are taking 500 mils, some flours are taking 600 mils. So what you want to do, if you've got a blender like I have, a KitchenAid, get your dough hook, blend it, add the water gently until it comes away from the sides. So this all should be clean as a dough. I'll get back to you and show you that. If we do it by hand, same thing again. You pour it in, you mix it until you get it really nice and off the sides and everything's clean. But that's the way to do it, all right? But yeah, like I said, it's really hard to give you a measurement of water because every dough is different. Every flour is different, sorry. So you've just got to do it by eye. But I'll bring you to the mix, I'll show you exactly what I mean. Okay, so now you can see what I mean. So the dough is coming together. It's really got a lot of, look at it, you've got to get the gluten roll in the bread going, yeah? Look at the pan, clean, yeah? So what you want to do now is knead it for a little while, yeah? Don't use too much flour because it changes the consistency of the recipe. So don't use a lot of flour at all, you just want to knead it now. Now I've had it going in the mixer for about 3 or 4 minutes. You can hand knead it. You know, the more you knead it, and you do it for 10, 15 minutes or whatever, the better the bread's going to be, yeah? And yeah, that's the best way of doing it, so let's keep kneading it, so. Okay, you can feel it now, it's getting nice and smooth, look. See the texture? It's really smooth, yeah? Get that in. You want to put it into a bowl. I've just done a little bit of grease. I've just done a little bit of oil in the bowl to stop it sticking. I'm going to whack it straight in. Okay. Put some cling film over the top. Okay. Over the top. Now stick that, right, I would suggest, me personally, put a nice towel over the top and put it under a night, or you can keep it, if the kitchen's warm and you're cooking, whack it in the corner, but I usually put it under the stairs, about 2 hours, yeah, 1.5 hours, 2 hours. You want that to double in size, that should be raised, double in size, ready to go. Okay, let's go. Kilo of wholemeal flour. The only reason I'm doing a kilo, like I said, is I'm doing rolls as well. So, kilo that will be. A little bit over. Over there. Nearly there. Okay, 1 kilo. Okay, now it's a little bit different now. So now you want 15 grams of salt. 15 grams of salt. 30 grams of yeast. 30 grams of yeast. That's 30 grams of yeast. And some olive oil again, give it that chewiness flavour. Probably about 2-3 tablespoons of olive oil, yeah? Mix it up with nice lukewarm water, and it's easy peasy as that. Once you've done that, we'll get it on there, we'll put the flax seeds over and all that on the top, and we'll bake it in the oven. We're gonna put it in the clay oven though. We're going to cook it all in the clay oven today. So let's crack on. Okay, so it's been in there for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. As you can see, Bosch, doubled in size. Look at the size of it now when it went in. So what we're going to do is we're going to whack the air out of it. There we go. Whoopsie daisy. A little bit off of that, doesn't matter. Whack the air out. Get it out. Oh, it ain't coming out, so we've got to give it a little bit of that. Let's get the air out of it. There you go. Okay, whack the air out. This is really straightforward, right? Very, very straightforward. It's not worth adding flour because it's going to ruin the recipe. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a 500 gram loaf out of this. We're going to bring it over like a book. We're going to roll it like this, like that. And we're going to roll it out underneath, tuck it under, underneath. We're going to get a really sharp knife. We're going to score it like that, then we'll score it like that, we're going to score it like that. Right? We're going to bring that on here. A nice quick one. We're going to flip it over, put it on top. Alright? Okay. Okay. We're going to do, as you can see, what I want to do now. So all I've done is just put a little bit of olive oil underneath that so it comes off away. I've got 1 egg yolk in there. I'm just going to mix an egg yolk up. Put it over the top, brush the egg yolk over the top. Oopsie daisy. Brush the egg right over the top. I always do it first because it's so much harder putting the egg yolk and all that once it's bloomed up another doubled in size because it's so airy and light. So I find it a lot harder to do that. So I always do it first, yeah? And then whack some sesame seeds on the top. Nice sesame seeds on the top. And that will be ready. I'll be ready in about an hour and a half, an hour to go in there. Let's hit a double in size and we'll whack it straight in the clay oven and see where we're at. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to make the rolls. This is the wholemeal flour. Remember what I told you? Bosch, doubled in size, yeah? It's only been sitting there for about 2 hours under the stairs. I mean, look, it's got a bit stuck on there, but look. See? Smells amazing. So what I do is just bring it away from the sides, like this. It doesn't matter because you've got to knock the air back. So once you knock the air back out of it, right, then you redo it again. So Bosch, right? Knock the air back out of it, yeah? So look, knock the air back. Take the air back. Take the air back. Right, so what we're going to do on this one, we're going to make some really nice rolls. Let's put some olive oil on here. The reason why I'm putting it on the tray is because it's just easy for me to put it in the clay oven. When I put it on pallets and put them in, it's just a bit more harder. So you can get a little bit of olive oil on this. The olive oil will just give it a little tiny bit of crispiness, yeah? That will just crispen it up a little bit. So what we're going to do, rolls, push them over each other. It's so easy, guys. Underneath, push your hands in. You make it into like a dough, bring it underneath. Let's move this out of the way. And then just literally get your hands and just go around like this. Get it tight inside. Bosh, one ball done. Let's do some nice dough balls. And then we'll get them in. Oh, nearly there, guys. We're about 147 there. Don't matter, that'd be enough. Let's get them in. Like that. 147. Or 135, a little bit off there. 150, 150, 152. over the top. Now you can do it, you can bring it over and then pull it round and then go underneath and then pop it in the bottom. But I always find if you get it on the work surface and just roll it, keep your fingers together like a claw and then just go round. That's going to give you the perfect ball. Now obviously keep them apart a little bit because obviously, as you know, they're going to get bigger, yeah? 154. Bring that over the top, bring it down, round, and then go in again. Okay. They're going to be lovely, these are. I'm going to do 5, and then I'm going to use the rest for the dough. It's a little bit too big. 154. 154. Do 5 of them. Like this. We do 5 nice balls, dough balls. And then we're going to do this one. We're going to try a little bit different, right? We're going to do this. Let's get this. Let's cut this in 1, 3, right? So then we're going to do, let's get it, I'm going to roll it. It's got a lot, because the gluten's really well and it's been right, you've got a lot of play with that. What we're going to do, you notice I've added no flour, yeah? Don't add no flour because the problem is if you start adding flour, it starts changing the recipe, it gets a bit dry and it goes a bit horrible, yeah? So just try and keep the flour away as much as you can. I know it's really, you take a bit of that there and we can probably get a really nice, another one out of that. Let's go again. 1, 2, let's bring it again, let's bring this one in. Let's make it like a big sausage, yeah? And what we're going to do is we're going to do a nice plait. I'm not very good at them, all right, so it doesn't really matter. You know, you want to try and get it into a nice plait. Get that last bit off at the end. Just going to give you that ball, like that. Round, like this. Beautiful. Right, we've got 6 balls. Yeah, if they stick together, don't worry about it. Okay, so we're going to get 1, 2, 3, right? We're going to be watching, so we're going to go across, over, wrap that underneath. Going to make that like that. Now this is where it gets tricky, because I even muck this up. So you've got to go over, right, hang on, so we've got to start again. We've got to go over, 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 over. You get that? It's like a big chain. Yeah, and then what you can do is you can turn it around, come around, on itself and go underneath. Yeah, and then that is quite a cool little bit of bread. All right, it looks mad when it starts expanding like this, right? Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to put this on here, underneath. That mad little bit of bread, yeah? So then we're going to do, same again, create egg yolk. Just the egg yolk, don't put egg over it because the egg yolk gives it a really nice colour. So let's go again with that, like this, right over like that. Trust me, these are absolutely, they're going to be really, you want them to be really soft and airy inside, but also really crispy on the outside. So when you bite into them, they're lovely and fluffy and crispy on the outside. And like I said, it's a very easy recipe. It's not hard, it's really hard. If you just follow this recipe, I promise you, you're gonna love it. Right? You can make this on a nice Sunday with a nice soup. Do a nice leek and potato soup or something like that. I'll do a really, really nice leek and potato soup. It's really, really easy. Just your leek, 3 leeks, onions, about 1 potato, put it all in a pan, cut it all up, put it all together, add your chicken stock. Literally, once it's all gone soft, put it in a blender, blend it all up, add a bit of double cream to the end, and bosh, you're a Bob's your uncle. You've got a banging, a really, really nice leek and potato soup, and that's what you want. So it's come away a little bit there, but don't worry about that. You wait until it comes apart. All these really feel a bit fluffy. Right, so, right, cool, right. So what we're gonna do now, wash the hands. We're gonna put some all different seasonings on it. So, let's do some different stuff, right? Let's put some flax seeds on. Flax seeds, yeah, they're really good for your flax seeds. So nice flax seeds over the top, like this. Some really nice, I mean flax seeds are really good for your, I mean I've been told, I mean I'm not a bloody health expert, but they're really good for you. Some nice flax seeds over the top, okay. Okay, so we've now left them for an hour and a half to expand. So let's have a look. Take that off. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Look at that bad boy. There you go, there's your rolls. Expanded. And well, got bigger, and your white loaf is going to be a bit of a problem because it's going to get stuck on this. I know it is. Get off, get off, get off, get off, get off, get off. Get off. Oh, I had a feeling it was going to do that, guys, but it is what it is. So now we've doubled in size, okay? So now what we're going to do, straight into the clay oven. They're going to go straight in the clay oven. The fire in the clay oven is looking really good. Here for about 25 minutes, and it's literally solid. And that gives you, when you get that hollow sound, the bread is ready. And have a look at this. Have a look at this. This is the true traditional loaf. Look at that. Oh, sugar's that hot. Guys, look at this. Oh, have a look. They're done as well. Absolutely perfect. I mean, if you could smell this, oh my God. Look at it. They are sexy.
Okay.
Oh, okay, right. So the bread's done. Now we've got to try it. So that's the main goal, trying it. So what one do you want to try first? The white one?
White one.
Okay, let me get the white one open. They've had a nick already. I caught them. Right, so if we cut it down the middle, show everyone what it's like in the centre. Oh, is it nice?
Yeah.
Oh, guys. Look at the texture. Look, let me just show everyone. Look at the texture.
Give me a try.
Well, let's try it. Let's try a bit. Come on. We'll try this side. Very soft, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, give me some.
Hang on one sec. That is lovely, isn't it? It's still hot though. That's the only problem when it's hot, right, you two? When it's hot, it don't relax. So look, you can see it, it's all soft, don't get me wrong. But you can feel how hot it is. So you're meant to let it go cold. That really let your butter go cold. Go cold, because when it's hot, it's not as nice. Don't know it's beautiful. She wants Marmite. Dylan, what do you think?
I have mine.
Do you want me to put butter on it, or are you just going to eat it like that?
Mine.
Right, let's put that there, Dylan. Right, let's have a try. Here, Dylan, come here. As Dylan, why is this knife got Marmite all over it? But it's still, see where it's hot? Another thing, right, what you'll find when it's hot, it breaks apart really easy. Look, oh, look, when it's hot, oh, that is a lovely bit of bread,
We
guys.
don't care, we're hungry.
Well, let's have a try. What do you think? Tell the camera what you think. Can I try? Can I try? Okay, let's give it a go. Oh, wow, guys. What is that like? See? That's the thing, right? When it's hot, it's a bit stodgier because you've got to let it cold. Oh, spin that. It's got to go cold and relax. But it's so soft and light, isn't it? Tell the viewers what it's like.
I think you should start cooking sourdough bread and make a business to do this.
Oh, really? So, tell the viewers what you think.
Soft, nice with Marmite.
Yeah, can you hear the missus shouting down? We're filming at the moment, love. Can you hear her shouting down? I've got to do a bottle. So, anyway, Dylan, what's your verdict?
It tastes really soft and it's really yummy.
Good, I'm really pleased. See, there you go. So, listen, you can make this with the kids all day long, right? The kids can make it. The kids make it anyway. They know how to make cupcakes, bread, everything. And that's the main thing. Teach the children how to cook. What do you say, guys, to the people? Tell them what they got to do. What they got to do.
Subscribe!
You know-
Subscribe, hit that notification.
Thank you. See you later.